Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here as always. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, since Beyonce kicked the dang doors down with Cowboy Carter, y'all, it seems like we are learning more and more and more about Black country acts. I mean, I already told y'all about Linda Martell back when I was writing for the National Museum of African American Music back in the day, but didn't nobody listen to me. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. But I'm excited about today's group that is joining me today, and we're repping Black Music Month as well. And, you know, this is a bit of a departure from what I normally do when it comes to music artists. But I thought, because I've been watching these young ladies, I really thought, you know what? I want to talk to them because I've written many articles on them. So anyway, you're like, who's coming to the show? I'm getting to that. It is the group Chapel Hart. You may have seen them on America's Got Talent season 17, but they are taking the country world by storm. They're here to chat with me. I want you guys to get to know them, support them, because, you know, Beyonce kicked the door open. Now we got to help lift up our up and coming stars, right? All right. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show. Welcome to Check the Rhymes, Chapel Hart. How are you?
Good.
I'm so excited about this because I don't know if you guys have read some of the AGT coverage on NBC Insider, but I wrote some of that. So it is a treat for me to get to actually meet you guys after writing about you for so long.
That's so cool. Like
now I feel like we're long lost friends.
We are. We're sisters.
At this point.
So now I need my new sisters to introduce themselves to my audience.
All righty. I'm Trea.
I'm Danica.
I'm Devynn. And we're Chapel Hart.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So just to give people a little bit of background, if they haven't been keeping up with all the articles I've been turning out about you, let's, you know, you guys have been really taking the country music industry by storm. Like I was excited when I first got that assignment. I was like, where have I been? But you guys have been doing this for a minute. Y'all been grinding. It's not like you've just popped up on the scene. Can you give me a little bit of your background before you got to AGT, which you guys were season 17, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I'll do like the quick backstory. Okay. We started out in New Orleans, literally busking on the street. And then we started doing the entire like New Orleans music scene, Richmond Street, Bourbon Street. And whenever Dev came along, we decided to, you know, like just take a leap of faith and start singing the songs that like were really true to our hearts. And, you know, being from South Mississippi, it just came out country.
We started as a cover band.
We started as a cover band, and we did literally everything from Lil Jon to Johnny Cash, sprinkled with some Elton John. And we covered all the bases, but
all the Johns.
But every time someone would ask, what do we really want to do? It was always country music, because that was kind of the music that made us.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. Now I'm intrigued. I'm like, I would love to hear a Lil Jon cover.
Oh, honey.
Oh my gosh.
Those are some crazy bourbon nights.
I'm man, I tell you what, enough tequila, you can probably get it now.
So what led you to say we want to take our shot on America's Got Talent? How did you get there?
Oh, you can tell the story. So great. I think this is one of my favorite stories, because this is one of those tell God your plans and watch him laugh.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to go out on tour with the Indigo Girls, and somebody got sick, and so that whole run got shut down. But there's a lady who reached out to us named Lindsay Rush, and Lindsay said, I don't know how this didn't hit me. She said, y'all need to audition for AGT. And we were like, no, thank you. Like, you know, we're out playing shows. We're busy, but thank you for your. She said, no, you have to. She said, I'm not only, she said, you know, she said, I do this, but she said, more than that, I'm a fan of your music. She said, when I start having bad days, I put on Chapel Hart. And it just, she said, the world needs to see this. Look, I always say, if we said no 14 times, she asked us 15.
Yep.
Okay. And, but finally, when we found out that the tour was shut down, we were like, well, we might as well go. And that's where it all began. And we said, and thank God that we did, because that moment changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
But then I love the redemption story that you guys came back for Fantasy League. Fantasy League. That's when I started writing about you guys. And I'm like, who been hiding y'all? Like let's write more about them. So talk about that experience. Like, when they said, do you want to come on this particular AGT version? Was it like, we've already been there, done that? Or were you like, absolutely yes?
We said that if we came back, we have to have the opportunity to redo American Pie because that song is so special to us. We come from a military family.
Yeah.
So that when we performed that song during the finale and regular season, Lord, we were so emotional. It was full. The whole entire evening was full of like so many surprises. Our uncle, who's a vet, he told us he wasn't gonna be able to come, and then he ended up showing up. And then we got a message from Tanya Tucker. So it was just a night full of so many emotional things. And then we get on stage and it just all came out. So when we were like, if we're going to come back, we have to redo American Pride and we have to give it the justice that it deserves.
And also, too, we came along and said, if we come back, we still want to take a chance on ourselves. We want to sing our music and we want to put out our songs and we want to know from the people in America if our songs are good, if this is the stuff that should be coming out. And so, but we said that. And also it's a fan voted show. So all the fans get to vote on all the seasons who they wanted to come back. And they were like, y'all were pretty high in the votes. So if you will, we were like, okay.
And that kind of blew my mind because y'all like her crazy stuff. Of all of the seasons of AGT, not just singers, we got acrobats, we got people setting themselves on fire, all kinds of crazy stuff. And of the 17 seasons, they decided to bring us three knuckleheads back. That was.
Well, I will say when you guys came back to perform American Pride, and I watched it because, of course, I saw it before it aired. I think because my granddad had also passed away a little bit before, and he was a vet, and so it moved me to tears. So I understand those emotions, but so I think that song took on a different meaning for me hearing it again. So thank you guys for that song.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So you guys so the last thing I wrote about y'all had done an announcement that y'all were still going to perform, but y'all were done. Like, as far as with the industry, like, obviously not done, but has anything changed since then?
I feel like making that decision to kind of pull out of the industry rat race more so has been probably the most freeing thing that we've done, because we realized when we first got started, like, our mission has always been like, help out, and like, it's all about community. We go into schools, we go into senior homes, VAs, and bring music to people who couldn't physically come out and enjoy it. And we got, it's sometimes you get so caught up in having to get the new clothes to go here, to go there, to be on this carpet, to do that, and it was pulling us away from the people who got us to where we are. And since then, like, we've gone back to schools. We've gone back to speak at schools to like encourage the kids. We did a school in Arizona and they had 3,500 high school students. And we got a chance to tell them, like, keep believing that dreams still come true. The world is yours. It takes hard work and dedication, but you can do it. So it's going and being able to do those things. It's some of the stuff that we were missing. And I said, sometimes it's a real reality check when you go, oh, I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. Let me, sometimes you got to check yourself. And that was really it. It was our self-check. And it was like, listen, look, I always say, we don't have Lainey Wilson money. So we can't be everywhere that Lainey Wilson can be, but we can do what Chapel Hart can do. And we can run the race that is set forth for Chapel Hart. And we can do the things that we can do within what we have. And just really being able to share that with our fans. And it's just like, we can't be at everything, and we can't, or if we got the money to go, we'll go. And if we don't, we don't. And, we'll catch it next time. But in a way, I loved it because there were so many of them who said, man, I get it. Like, it was a very transparent moment for us because, sometimes you get in that place and people see you on this pedestal and they're like, ooh, they got it made, honey. And we're doing this independently. So everything that we're doing, we're coming out of pocket for. So it's different. So it was a hard thing to share. And what we felt like was a moment with our fans. We woke up and it shook the internet. We were like, what? We were all like, what? But I appreciated the transparency of it all. Because like you said, us sitting at home, we think, wow, yes, they're on these big stages. They got it made. Not realizing that independent
race is a whole different thing.
It's a whole different ballgame. They're running a race and we're in a full-on 3-day marathon. Like,
yeah.
So I wondered though, and I was just curious because people seem to think that now, and I think in some cases it is true, but I just wonder for you guys if it's true. Once Beyonce dropped Cowboy Carter, did it change anything for you guys?
I think it opened up our music to a new audience. I think a lot of people who didn't really listen to country music before, it sparked an interest in them, and they started kind of expanding what they listened to. And so there were a lot of lists and a lot of different platforms that posted, Black country artists. And I think that whole album definitely opened us up to a new audience.
Yeah, it was definitely a moment. It was a moment that for me, I think kind of put the binoculars on country music, and people were like, well, she said I was gonna say banana, but I think it put the binoculars on country music, and people were like, "Oh, let's look deeper. Okay, who are these girls? Who is this woman? Who is that woman?" And so, so it was definitely a moment. There was a moment in country music for us for sure. But I'm just hoping that as people are looking and people are seeing that there's more Black women out there who sing country music and Black groups, that it starts to relate to ticket sales and people in the room and bodies in the room, and people start showing up going, look, I may not understand this music, but I'm here because I want to support you, and I know you need the ticket sales, and we know you need people pushing you behind you. We know you need to sell out venues, and so that's what I'm hoping is the turn here soon.
Well, it feels like you guys are also still racking up some accolades. Let me make sure I pronounced this correctly because I wrote it down. CMT's Next Women of Country. You guys were inducted, right? And then a bunch of other accolades. What was that like? That honor?
Anytime that we are a part of, an up next stage or class or anything of that nature, it's always an honor because, just being recognized by such prestigious platforms it's awesome.
It's crazy. And then it's like, and I think sometimes it gets hard, especially when you're in the grind, because it feels hard to appreciate all of these things that are happening, and we just keep going like, wait, what? And so but sometimes we do have moments where we're like, y'all, we are doing it. Next Women of Country, what in the world? So we do have those moments, but sometimes I think it's hard to really celebrate them when you're like, okay, what show's next? Where are we going next? What state are we in next? Where are we going? Who is this? Where is this?
I feel like it's always kind of tough because, like you said, a lot of people don't see the hard work that we put in. And we see every step backwards and all, but it's not until, later you turn around and see that there's actually been a big leap. Like being a part of even like the Opry's Next Stage class, like the Opry is literally the pinnacle of country music, like built on the shoulders of giants who made country music what it is. And for them to say, you know what, these 3 girls from Mississippi, this is country and we're here to promote it any way we can. That is just incredible.
Absolutely. So speaking of the giants of, that country music was built on the shoulders of, have any of these, let me back up. What is the best advice that you have gotten from any of these legends?
Ooh, we've gotten so much great advice. I think one piece of advice Darius Ruckus gave us a little while ago. Darius Ruckus gave us
a long day, y'all.
It has been a long day. We just finished playing Bonnaroo, so we are tired. But
the sun has sunk down our brain.
Okay,
that's okay.
Refresh. So the best advice Darius Rucker has given us. But while she gathers her thoughts, I know another piece of advice that we had gotten from John Rich, even before, like years before AGT, before anyone knew who we were. Like, it's like, you know what? I see you girls and I really like what you're doing. And I'm just going to let you know, because like when Big and Rich first came out, they were kind of wild and crazy and didn't understand it. He said, some people aren't going to get it. They're not going to understand it, but just keep being you and keep showing up.
I love it.
I love it. Jeannie Seely is Jeannie Seely has played the Opry like
5,000,
like
something.
5,500 times or something like that.
Literally.
And she said, she said, you ladies have got it. You ladies have absolutely got it. She said, you keep playing, you keep being you. Like she said, the important thing is to be authentic. She said, and you girls are authentic. And she said, you keep playing. All you need is more places and faces. And you girls are going to skyrocket. And we were like, okay.
Oh, that's great advice. Now tell me what Darius Rucker said.
Oh, Lord, if she can get it out.
Right, because every time I think about it, I just start laughing again. But he told us one day, he was like, it's okay to say no to some things. Some things won't make sense. And then some things won't line up with what you believe in and what everything like that. So I thought that was a really interesting take, because a lot of times people would just tell you, take what you can get. But you also have to kind of stick to your roots as well, because what does that say? You
better stand for something,
or you fall for anything. Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like that, because that advice applies to my life right now. I need to start saying no.
Yes.
Come on.
So for the last question, because I know you guys are tired, but for the last question, what advice do you have for some of these young women, these young men that are Black, that are trying to break into country? Do you have any advice for them?
I would say first, don't give up. It's going to be hard. And that's really with anything, not just, being Black in this industry. This is a hard industry. The music industry is very, very hard for anybody. And I would just say, if you're going to do it, don't give up no matter what's thrown your way. You just keep grinding and keep going.
And I would have to say, be authentic, be you, be whatever makes you, lean into that and lean into it hard, because people in the industry, if you're pretending to keep up a persona because this is what's current at the moment, they're going to see right through it, and it's not going to last. And you can only keep up a facade for so long. So at the end of the day, be authentic.
And I think I'm going to close it out by saying, celebrate your wins. And first of all, to be us in this industry, it is very hard. And there's opportunities that we watch that we are intentionally passed over. But you've got to learn to celebrate your wins. If you get in the studio and you make a single, celebrate the single. Yeah. If you are selected to play or at like CMA Fest, or if you're selected to, do all the things that come along, celebrate your wins, celebrate the little things, because, sometimes it's hard to look out and be like, oh man, but look at them and look at them and look at them. Yeah. It's hard for us not to do that. And I think if we're honest, we do this. Sometimes it's easy to fall into it, but learn how to get rooted and learn how to celebrate your wins.
I think all that advice is great for almost any industry, because I'm like, y'all preaching to me. This is my therapy session. Like, yes, y'all, with the advice. I lied, y'all. I had one more question, and that is, can you tell me what is coming up next? What are you guys working on right now?
So right now we are working on our very first Christmas album, and we are so excited. So that'll be out for this Christmas season. And Danica, if she had it her way, our first 3 albums would have been Christmas albums.
I love Christmas. Let me tell you, this is Mrs. Claus. She will bust out, we'll be listening to a regular playlist, and then Jingle Bells will come on, and it's the middle of April. What are you doing?
What is happening? You know what?
And
that sounds like my playlist. The Temptations Silent Night comes on at any moment.
There you go. So we're excited. We're going to be celebrating Christmas in July. So we ask everybody to go and go check our website. And it's all things. It's a one-stop shop for everything. If we're going to be close to you, come see us. But we're also going to be offering a few of our super fans to come and take a listen to some of the Christmas songs that were on the album before everybody else in the world. So gearing up for Christmas in July.
And Christmas in July is where all of the eggnog will be spilled.
Yeah.
Because we have some incredible features on this album.
Yeah.
I say this album has more features than a new F-150. And the new ones are fancy. And some of the stories.
Not a passenger.
some of the stories behind the songs, all things Christmas. So if y'all are, and we're having a couple around the U.S. Of course, we had to have one at our favorite place in Nashville, up at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, of course.
And
check our website, chapelhart.com, to keep up with us. And I mean, it just, we always have stuff going on.
Always.
Y'all are everywhere. I'm like, yeah, we are. So check us out, because we'd love to see you. We'd love to shake hands with you. And everybody can join and be a part of our family online at Chapel Hart Band everywhere. But also get out to one of those live shows, because we'd love to hug you in person.
Oh, I love it. I hope y'all are coming to North Carolina.
Yes, we got to get back to North Carolina. We will be in Kannapolis, North Carolina, as part of our Christmas tour. So are we going to see you there?
Yes, that is so close. Yes, that's in driving distance. Yes, that is like 20, 30 minutes.
We're going to have to send you all the details so that we can make sure you're there with us. So,
yes, the excitement I just got right now. Like, I made my day with that. Like, yes, nobody ever comes here. I'm like, or they say they'll come, and then it's always like either I'm out of town or something. I will be there.
Perfect. But we'll be looking for. We'll put you a ticket or two aside. We got to make sure we have you there. But we love to do an interview with you there as well. So
yes, absolutely. You guys will have to come and check out while you're in Kannapolis. Make sure you check out the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, because there'll be some of those same country artists that you love that are from North Carolina are in there. So let me know if you're interested, and I'll help you set up a schedule, like a visit to check it out. So
we are interested.
Well,
I've had so much fun chatting with you. I know you guys are tired, and I want you to go rest, because I'm sure you've got, like you said, a 3-day marathon. So thank you guys so much for joining me here on Check the Rhymes, and I will make sure to see you. And y'all got to come back and talk about this album when it's released.
Yes, we will. We will definitely talk about it.
All right, sounds good. All right,
we love you.